Alright, so this is what I'm looking at here. You've done a lot better with your lower half, just being able to push that knee back and get external rotation in your femur. And so you can see like you're turning your knee out really well here. And so you're able to ride that load down the slope, and then front leg blocks and then pushes over the top. That looks really good. If you compare you to Strider right here, rides a slide, foot at front foot strike, over the top. Now, the difference between you and him, well, besides the fact that he goes 99 and, well, we're trying to get you over 85 right now, is that it really comes with the upper half here. So once you get to this position right here, before the knee starts to go right about there, let's get him, knee right there. So still a good position. I mean, relatively, this is a different position, like different video position than with Strider's coming from more of a third base angle than yours, kind of more straight on. So this front side looks really good right here. And now we're gonna get to the problem spot, which is coming up here. So both you and Strider, he's got a really late arm as well, which is probably his biggest issue, but I mean, he throws 99, so he can get away with doing that. Front foot strike, arm's a little bit late, and then he gets about right there. Now this is where we're gonna see our differences here. So you at front foot strike, glove clears, arm is up. This is where the issue is. So because your arm, you see how we have this angle right here going on, let's see, you're out here. His arm is right here. So it's almost directly above his shoulder at 90 degrees. While you, on the other hand, you're outside of 90 degrees. And the reason that is because due to your arm kind of being late at front foot strike, and you like to let your arm kind of go out away from your body, your arm comes up and that's already outside 90 degrees. So what you do because of that this causes you to not be able to get external rotation of the shoulder like we see right here. You don't get ER, so the way you try to make it is by hiking your elbow up over your head to feel the arm go back into layback. So because your arm gets outside 90 degrees, you can't really get good glenohumeral layback, whereas we look at Strider right here, the arm nicely falls back behind his head, and the glenohumeral joint will rotate externally, putting pressure on the infraspinatus to do its job and put his arm into external rotation. He is very similar to you in terms of like having a higher arm slot, so he'll hike the elbow up just a hair, but really you can see right there how the ball is pulling the elbow back into ER because his arm is at 90 degrees right here. And so you, on the other hand, outside 90 degrees, so you hike the elbow because you can't really get ER right there in that position, and so you get to there, and so you end up pulling at your elbow to get there, and so you're driving the elbow in order to try to create layback, which is what's happening to hike your arm up so high. Whereas him, Strider, you can see arm nicely laid back, pulls forward, and then ball spirals out and around right there. So it's kind of difficult to tell right here, but you see, look where his body position is compared to yours. He's a lot more I guess farther down, whereas you, on the other hand, are trying to pull the elbow up over the top because you can't really get layback. So for him, he's just able to pull his arm really easily through, and the velocity is just there, where you, on the other hand, you kind of lose the feel for the energy right here. You lose so much of that potential energy that it pours out, and so you just try to pull your elbow up and over the top. And so some big things that we can work on here are start doing some lacrosse ball work on the back of your shoulder. So we're going to start to target the rotator cuff, go after the infraspinatus, teres minor, teres major. A little bit of your maybe some lat work might be good for you. But really we're going to try to kill some ER work and then work with some heavier weighted balls to make you feel ER. And the most importantly, we got to stop this from happening anymore. We've got to try to get your arms to shorten up a little bit. I think shortening up your arm action will be really beneficial for you, just a little bit. So instead of letting your arms go long right here, I would like to see them become a little bit shorter and have your elbow kind of pulled in, tuck it in a little bit so that we can stop this from happening. We really need to over-exaggerate that idea of inside 90 degrees for you if we ever want to be able to see proper glenohumeral layback, which we see here with Strider. So if his arm was out, I bet he would have a very similar way that you throw as well. but he doesn't. He throws 99. So yeah, that's what we're going to do next to try to attack this issue is arm inside 90 degrees, and let's start doing some rotator cuff work with a lacrosse ball. So there you go.